Greetings, people. It's Jared here, Wolfgang1, back to do another Transformers review. Believe it or not, this has been requested off Marcus Prime, and it's not a shit toy, right? I nearly fell off my fucking chair when he went, "Oh, can you do this one?" I was like, hang on, this isn't shit. Are you feeling ill? Do you need medical assistance at all? People are going to look at you and think that you've lost your fucking touch. Anyway, I'm more than happy to take a look at this one. I would have actually liked to have got some new stickers for it and everything like that, but you know, well, I can live with this one. This is a review for Generation 1 Skullcruncher.
Okay, so here is Skullcruncher in his alligator mode. It's well, first off the bat, it's a fucking interesting color scheme, isn't it? It's that sort of swamp green, even though it shows up almost like a British racing green on camera. It's like a swamp green with a bright purpley pink. I'm not sure how that comes out on camera. Probably, yeah, roughly about the same. Stickers have seen better days on this guy. I will say, however, that the joints on this guy are really tight to the point where I am worried that I'm going to snap one of the plastic hinges. But before we get too much on into Skullcruncher, let's take a look at some of the things that Skullcruncher came with. So first and foremost, he always, like everyone came with a text spec decoder to read his text specs, obviously. Came with one instruction booklet, which is very nice. He came with a product sheet. Now, again, this is the massive product sheet where you can see the checklist just there of, well, you could if it fucking focused. There we are. Of all the Autobots that they released that year in 88, was it 88, 87? I can't remember. I'm losing track of time and everything like that. And quite a lot of Decepticons on offer that year. So yeah, it came with that product sheet. Came with one handheld blaster, which I don't think was too dissimilar from the one that Mindwipe came with, really. But yeah, he came with one of those. He came with he came with a sword. All right, he came with a sword that actually forms the tail of his crocodile/alligator mode thing. Right, okay. However, when held in hand, it looks like a massive spiky fuck toy. Right now, this, I guarantee you, regardless of whether you were prepared or not, would fucking make your eyes water if that was real. Okay. Especially considering how big it's supposed to be. That is supposed to be a sword. I do fear it's a bit blunt to stab people in the conventional sense. But in terms of surprise sodomy, this ticks all the appropriate boxes. Okay, so there's that. And the last thing he came with was this little fella just here, Grax. Grax transforms into the head of Skullcruncher. Now, the Headmaster's concept was a fantastic concept. I do prefer the Japanese explanation that these were the actual real Transformers, and that the bodies that you control were lifeless transectors, so they could be bigger robots. The Nebulon thing, I appreciate what they were trying to do, like the organic and the techno-organic combination thing, but it kind of didn't work because you've got two separate personalities in one body there, which I guess is a good sign, signaling for personality disorder. But apart from that, I don't know. It just kind of felt like in the cartoon where like the organic pilot takes over their body, like in terms of like sort of firing weapons and things like that. It's like, well, they managed pretty well up to the point where you intervened. So for 4 million years. So yeah, so it comes with little Grax, and Grax will sit. This is the part that sort of lets Skullcruncher down. Actually, is the fact that Grax will sit in the cockpit, which is fucking dirty and fucking horrible, but whatever. Will sit in the supposed cockpit in Skullcruncher's mouth and pilots him, okay? Because Skullcruncher couldn't get around before without a humanoid bipedal pilot. So that's that's a kind of the shitty part of the gimmick, at least in Skullcruncher's case. So we will take the spiky, unexpected fuck toy, right? And then we will plug it, ironically, into his arse end, just like that. And that forms the complete tail. That forms the full representation of Skullcruncher in alt mode. I like the alt mode. I do. I've never been particularly sold on the colours on this guy, but at the same time, he does look pretty fucking cool. I mean, you know, the dying stickers on it notwithstanding, and no matter how badly I try cleaning this up, there's fucking dust in the joints that I just cannot get to. But apart from that, that doesn't take away from. Hang on, let's see if I can get that little bit just in there, because that is gonna fucking wind me up otherwise. Yeah, that'll do. Articulation to speak of. Well, I mean, the articulation is limited, but these joints here are really tight. You have to move these for transformation. Obviously, move these for transformation, and everything on this guy like sort of clicks and cracks, and you think to yourself, is this the time where I go too far and end up fucking ripping the bastard in two? So far, it hasn't happened. But as you might notice with a lot of G1s, after a while, their joints become a little bit loose. They settle in, they become a little bit loose. This guy, on the other hand, that hasn't happened to, and it does always make me wince whenever I hear something go like that, because I think to myself, that's it, it's dead. But yeah, the alt mode is cool. The Decepticons had the beast modes. Weird Wolf was a wolf, weird enough. Mind Wipe was a bat. The Autobots had the vehicle things. Yeah, it's just a shame that they didn't have 4 Decepticon headmasters to rival 4 Autobot headmasters. You know, that for me is a minor complaint. So that's pretty much Skullcruncher in his alt mode, really. It is pretty cool, I've got to say. I've always liked the headmasters. I liked that they were big, chunky, fucking beefy robots, beefy toys to play with when I was a kid. And they still feel good even now. Like in like holding it in hand, it still feels like a decent toy. So taking it to robot mode. Oh yeah, I've already taken Grax out, haven't I? Taking it to robot mode. Okay, so we're going to start by taking off the surprise spiky fuck toy. Okay, just put that on one side. Split the back end. Do you know what? This review is not helping itself. It's because I'm such a fucking puerile individual. This is not. So, having taken out the spiky fuck toy, split the arse end open, right? And wait for it. Yeah, there's one. And there's the other. It always fucking makes me wince, right? So you want to hold that like that. Then take this entire back piece just here, fold it out like this, and then spin at this section just here 180 degrees. Okay, so the transformation is not difficult. And then before you worry about these two bits, the crocodile legs, you want to fold those up like that on both sides. Okay, and then we just want to just move those down like that. So let's now stand him up and zoom out. Right, okay. So the crocodile's head, you want to snap that back so it goes to the back there. So you've got some lovely alligator back kibble just there. I mean, it's a bit fucking difficult to disguise that, really, isn't it? And then you want to bring the arms forward and then fold out the little tabs for the hands, which sometimes can be tricky because they get stuck on the alt mode feet. There we are. And then bring that down like that. Same on the other side. And that is Skullcruncher. Skullcruncher's basic robot mode. And that is Skullcruncher's basic robot mode done. Sorry, I was about to zoom out there and I hit the wrong fucking button. I stopped the recording because I'm a fucking tit. So we are going to just like zoom in like I was supposed to do. There we go. And now all we need to do is give him his final accessories. So we will take Grax just here, and transforming him into a head is very, very simple. He does have limited articulation. His legs move like that, and the arms do move forward, but they're on friction plastic joints and that, so that these are prone to like sort of snapping. So I'm not going to bother doing it. And basically, to transform him, you bend him over, and then you bend him over again like that. lift up the faceplate just here, and that reveals the head. Now, the eyes didn't have any definition or anything like that, so I took a pair of Seeker eyes stickers and just put those on, just like sort of give him a little bit of well, to show that he's actually got a face. And then what you do is you plug Grax into the shoulders like that, and then this little panel here will reveal his speed, strength, and intelligence. So this would be good for a laugh. What is it? Speed, is that a 3? Speed's 3. Strength is a 10. And intelligence is about a 9, apparently. It's a 9 or an 8. So he ain't too bad. Although if these tech specs things were always bollocks, because essentially what that's saying is he's as strong as Skullcruncher. And let's face it, he's not. So, but I do like the hidden panel compartment thing. Just shows a little bit more depth and a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more care and interest that's actually gone into the design of the toy. So let's give him his accessories. Let's start off by giving him his little handheld weapon. Okay, and articulation-wise, arms will go around to about there with a weapon in hand, but they will go around 360. And then sneaky surprise attack fuck toy goes in the other hand, because apparently that is his sword. Now, if you can suspend the disbelief on the sword thing, you can suspend the disbelief on all of it, quite frankly. The whole Transformers fucking concept. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is Generation 1 Skullcruncher in his robot mode. And it's an awesome robot mode. The design elements from the alt mode carry over very, very well. Yes, it is kibbly as fuck. I mean, you've got all this stuff here. You've got the alt mode head on the back and everything like that. He's kibbly as all arseholes, but it's still a fun toy to fuck around with. It's still fun to play with. Unlike last week's review, which was a fucking pretender, which, let's face it, there's no fun to be had there at all. It's like crying into a bowl of despair. But these things, these are the headmasters. Were a great gimmick. They were well executed. I think probably more successful in terms of their execution than Target Masters, but the Target Masters were still fun as well. To which I might actually review one of those again at some point soon. But ladies and gentlemen, this here, like me, this here was Generation 1 Skullcruncher. I'd recommend getting one if you can. I actually prefer this version over the Titan's Return version, because the Titan's Return version felt a little flimsy. It felt very, very cheap in the hand. Felt there was no weight to it whatsoever. But the plastic on these guys was solid as fuck. And therefore, I think that's a testament to, you know, their overall design, their build quality, and their longevity, quite frankly. At least from my point of view. I mean, everyone's point of view is different. But I'm, in this instance, more inclined to believe that my opinion out of everybody else's is right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this review of Generation 1 Skullcruncher. Yeah, if you can get hold of one, pick them up, because the headmasters are a fucking laugh a minute. They are, you know, it really does take the whole two toys in one thing to a whole new level. And yeah, loads of enjoyment, lots of fun to be had. No regrets in purchasing that one. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this. This is Gerard Gavin Barry, also known as Wolfgang1, saying I'm going to go and get a cup of tea. I'm going to put Mr. fucking Spiky Sex Toy there back in the cupboard with the other headmasters. I might stick him next to Scourge, actually, because out of all of the headmasters and target masters in there, he's the one that's got the look of shock on his face. So if I can just angle it just right so you can't see the spiky fuck toy, I think I will amuse myself greatly every time I walk past my display cabinet. So thank you very much for watching this. I shall see you soon. Until then, take care.